Okay, before we get back to Reason, I have this little interlude here where I'm going to explain measures and bars and beats. What you see before you, first of all, this program is called MuseScore that I'm using here, and it's free, so you could actually go get this yourself. It allows you to do musical notation. So what you see here is a measure of music. Music is broken down into smaller pieces called measures or bars, and each measure or bar has a certain number of beats within it. So that's exactly what you see here. These notes represent the snare drum, so that's common to see the snare drum denoted with a note that is 2 spaces down. And you can see that the snare drum is being hit on every beat, each one of the 4 beats. So I'm going to play that for you. I'm going to turn my mic off because I think I'm recording the system audio here, but when I run Reason, for some reason I can't capture that, so I have to use the speakers. So here we go. Okay, hopefully you heard that. Let's go one more time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each note here. These notes are called quarter notes because they last for 1/4 the duration of the whole measure or bar. So if you take a quarter and divide it into 2, you would get an eighth. So that's what we have here. We have eighth notes instead of quarter notes. So the beat, the first 2 notes represent beat 1, the second 2 notes beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. So beats 1 and 2 are tied together here, and that's just notation, a little easier to read. So in this case, each quarter note has been broken down into 2 smaller pieces, so we're going to hear 2 hits per beat. So that'll sound like this. Okay, so if it were quarter notes, you would count 1, 2, 3, 4. With eighth notes, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we'll go one more step and take a quarter note, and instead of dividing it into 2 pieces, we'll divide it into 4. And so therefore we would get 16th notes. So once again, the beats here are now not tied together, they're separate. So beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, and each one is broken down into 4 pieces. So we'll hear 4 hits per beat. Here it is. Okay, so this is essentially how I'm going to think about bars and measures for the songs that we're going to be considering in this course, as being broken down into 16 potential notes to play. So 4 beats, but potentially playing up to 4 notes per beat. I mean, you can go further than that, but that's enough to get us started. So I might do a little bit more with MuseScore when we come back in the next video, and then move on to Reason, and finally start laying down some drum tracks.